This episode is titled Joker's Wild. It came out on November 19th, 1992. Directed by Boyd Kirkland and written by Paul Dini. Animation by Acom Productions. And layout services by Mr. Big Cartoons. Featuring Kevin Conroy as Batman Bruce Wayne, Efren Zimbalist Jr. as Alfred, Marie Devon as Summer Gleason, Mark Hamill as the Joker, Harry Hamlin as Cameron Kaiser, Ernie Hudson as security guard and helicopter pilot, Brian James, it's with an O instead of an A, as Irving, Diane Pershing as Poison Ivy, and Roger Rose as the TV host.
I didn't know it was Harry Hamlin.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know either, and I looked up some creds. We'll get to it in a second, because I'm surprised at one thing that I was like, of course that's him. So we'll get to that in a moment. But Acom animated this episode with layouts by Mr. Big Cartoons. This is Mr. Big Cartoons' first cred for this show. They were an Australian company that would go on to do layouts for the episode Birds of a Feather, as well as animators on shows such as The Pirates of Darkwater and Ren and Stimpy. Birds of a feather are flocking outside. Come on, you gonna join me on that one? Fish?
Birds of a feather are flocking outside.
Wow now.
Wow now. Yeah, all our fish fans out there, that's for you. They love the fish.
So we've got Acom, who was the primary animator of this episode. They're well known on this podcast already. At this point, they've been fired from the show for their poor work on Cat Scratch Fever.
Whoopsie.
And this is one of the last of the few episodes they have been commissioned to animate. So we've only got a few more until Acom goes the way of the dodo. Then we got writer Paul Dini, has been credited previously on this podcast in our Joker's Favor review, as well as director Boyd Kirkland in our Nothing to Fear review. So go back and listen to those episodes if you want to learn more about their careers. As far as acting creds go, all returning characters have been credited previously on this podcast in their first appearances, such as Marie Devon in Christmas with the Joker and Efren Zimbalist Jr. in The Last Laugh. So go back and listen to those episodes if you want to know more about their careers. And as far as new acting creds go for this episode, Roger Rose, who plays the TV host, will go on to play Jaguar Shaman in the Worrymen episode with the Mad Hatter, and he will be patrolman in Batgirl Returns. Those are the only creds I could see that I knew about.
Heavy hitting.
Big time. Then we got Brian B-R-I-O-N, Brian James, who plays Irving, who is the Arkham Asylum security guard. He will go on to play the supervillain Parasite in Superman the Animated Series, one of my favorite villains. He's also well known for playing Leon in Blade Runner, General Monroe in The Fifth Element, and Requiem in Tango and Cash. He's in the jail. I think you'd recognize him. He had like a ponytail, kind of a big nose. He's a big dude.
Is he Australian?
Yes.
I know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
He was in Tales of the Crypt.
Oh, was he? Oh, okay, cool. He sadly passed away in 1999 at the age of 54. So very young, which is sad. Young. Yeah. Then we've got Ernie Hudson, who plays the security guard in the casino, as well as the helicopter pilot. He's well known for playing Professor Felix in Superman the Animated Series, but mostly known for playing Winston Zedmore in Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Did you hear his voice at all? Did you recognize it now you know? Because, I mean, obviously Ghostbusters he's super well known for as one of the Ghostbusters, and then he just kind of pops up in this as like a security guard and a helicopter pilot. I was like, they couldn't give you a better role, Ernie Hudson? You just gotta take it where you can get it, I guess? It was weird.
I can't really name another movie he's been in besides Ghostbusters. I know he's in Arrested Development. He's very funny in that, but
he's in The Crow.
Oh, is he? Okay.
He's the main detective in The Crow. That was the other.
God, I haven't seen that movie since I was like 7.
Neither have I. I bought it recently because I was like, I might just want to check that out again. But I feel like, in The Office, Dwight's like, my favorite movie, The Crow. It feels like one of those films now to me, but we'll see. Maybe it will surprise me and be really good still. Then we got Harry Hamlin, who plays Cameron Kaiser. He will also go on to play Anthony Romulus in the episode Moon of the Wolf, which is coming up in a few weeks from now. He's also well known for playing Perseus in Clash of the Titans, Michael Cusack in LA Law, Jim Cutler in Mad Men, and he's also Dino in Curb Your Enthusiasm, the guy that takes all the cabinets in the office. I love that episode so much.
Yeah, I also know him because my wife got me addicted to The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and he's married to one of the housewives, Lisa, so he's in that show a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, he's Cameron Kaiser in this episode.
There's a bit of a running joke that like he's kind of like Bob Vance, but Vance Refrigeration, because you never just call him Harry. It's like, oh, Harry Hamlin. Like you always say his full name. Oh, Harry Hamlin was here.
It does sound like a kitchen product, actually, like Hamlin's toasters or Hamlin's ovens or something like that. That does kind of have that ring. Okay, our utility belt of fun facts. This episode has several Looney Tune references. I think Paul Dini went a little too crazy on this. Joker uses the line of Looney Tunes character Beaky Buzzard by saying, "Oh, nope, don't want to." Joker also whistles the Looney Tunes theme when being escorted into the rec room at Arkham Asylum. As Joker escapes from the medical room, he quips "Water Maroon," a reference to Bugs Bunny. That was something he said all the time. And at the end, when Joker changes the rec room channel, a Looney Tunes cartoon is shown. So I don't know if Warner Brothers was like, put Looney Tunes in this episode to Paul Dini, or if he was just like, I want to use Looney Tunes characters more.
Paul Dini worked on Tiny Toons and all that stuff, so he's a big fan of that world, so I think he just pulled from it to put into his Joker. I had no problem with it. Look, this episode was full of Joker quotes that you and I have said ever since we saw these episodes as kids. Like, the Jawohl and like, la da dee, la da da da. Like, there's so many Joker lines in this where I was like, oh, my brain! Like, it was like a nostalgia shotgun blast.
Yeah, so. That particular hum, la da dee, la da da, yak, 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 I do all the time when I'm like doing something around the house, just pottering around. The Joker's destruction of a television was taken from Batman 1989, as was the threat to rip Cameron Kaiser's lungs out.
He's ripping me off. I'll protest. Yeah, I'll sue. Then I'll rip his lungs out. And I will, too.
Beauty and the Beast. Of course, if anyone else calls you Beast, I'll rip their lungs out.
So that was a reference. And another subtle nod to Batman 89 is the doorman at the casino is wearing the same Joker face badge that all of Joker's goons wear in the movie.
Oh, cool.
Circular bag. I noticed that, so I thought it was cool. As Joker is wiring up the explosives, he sings and giggles like Curly from the Three Stooges. So that la-da-dee, la-da-da, that's from the Three Stooges, which I never knew. I always thought that was Mark Hamill riffing.
Well, I thought there was another line that we found out was from the Three Stooges, that because you and I had no exposure to the Three Stooges being two British kids. But there's a previous episode where he like does something that apparently is very famous with the Three Stooges that you and I
can't remember, but
well, that makes great content for a podcast. Anyway, moving on.
Well, we don't remember half the things we say on this show, but yeah, I'm sure it was whatever we said. So it's Paul Dini just channeling the things he loved when he was a kid, and Three Stooges was one of them. After Joker arrives at the casino, he's mistaken for an employee and handed a box of poker chips and cash. He grins and quotes, "All work and no play," which is obviously a reference to The Shining, another Jack Nicholson reference in there. And finally, only 4.5 months after this episode aired, the Cattle Baron Casino in Henderson, Nevada, just outside of Las Vegas, was rechristened Joker's Wild Casino. And the casino remains active and employs a Joker clown-themed decor as well. So this casino actually literally exists. Isn't that nuts?
Wait, so they saw the episode and did this, or this was based on something?
No, it just coincidentally happened to be the same name and
it's
the
like
same
the same
theme.
scheme. The guy's like, I really hope Joker blows this up. I really got to collect that insurance money. I spent a lot of money building this place. What do you mean the Joker's not real? It's a cartoon.
Fuck.
Oh, I biffed it.
Okay, so what did you think of this episode then?
I think it's fun. I think there's a lot of fun to be had. I like seeing all the inmates in Arkham, and when seeing that, I was like, why is there not a comic book where it's just like the POV of all the inmates in Arkham? You know, like in between, you could even connect it to the main series. Like, oh, Batman stops the Joker. Now you see him in Arkham, and he's like has to share a bunk bed with Two-Face. Like some shenanigans pursue. You know, where you're just
I love that.
Right? Like, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Anyway,
I could watch.
DC ain't listening, so doesn't matter.
I could watch a whole series of just that, like the people in Arkham, the villains' day-to-day lives, and just like getting on with it, and not like being villainous and evil, but like arguing over what they should watch on TV,
which is what happens in this episode, which I thought was really fun. Like, arguing over TV. You know, like at the mess hall, like give me your pudding cup. I like 2 of them. You know, like stuff like that.
I want the half and half one.
Yeah, I want 2 servings of dessert.
Move aside, losers. I want frozen yogurt.
Your dinner's getting cool. Like me.
Oh, fucking Nora. Snowflake.
I forgot about that. You're all a bunch of fucking snowflakes. Not like me. I'm cool.
I think this episode has a great premise. It has the potential to be such a classic Joker story, but I just feel like it falls short a lot of the time. I just not enough substance.
I disagree.
There for me.
I disagree. I had a lot of fun watching this episode, and I've discovered a new favorite scene of mine in Batman the Animated Series, and it's in this episode. A top scene for me. Can you guess what it is?
It's when he plays Joker in the casino. Yeah,
100%.
It is my favorite scene of this episode.
The conversation they have, like, and the fact that Bruce Wayne, like, it's the Joker, knows he's being cheated by him, and he cheats right back. Like, I love that in that scenario, though, Joker leaves it being like, Bruce Wayne cheats. Like, you know?
Not Bruce Wayne is Batman, but Bruce Wayne cheats. Yeah. I love that.
Cheats.
But the thing about that scene, though, that's almost ruined for me is right after that, he just strolls around the casino as Batman and grabs the wrong guy. And I'm like, imagine being a casino and Batman's just like walking through the fucking hall of the casino, be like, anyone seen the Joker? Like, that was just weird. He's like the Dark Knight, and he sneaks in the shadows, and the next he's just walking through a fucking casino floor.
He's like, I pulled my back the other day fighting, Scarecrow. Like, oh god, and you know that fear serum, it's not a painkiller. So like, I'm in pain. I'm just gonna walk in there. I was just with him.
I think that for him, he could have, like, I don't know, tried to go after the Joker in a better way than just strolling on up in the middle of the casino floor. And then for me, the Joker was too Looney Tunes. That's the only way I can describe it. He was just a bit too silly, and like, he wasn't evil enough. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't scary and funny. He was just trying to be like, he was almost like a Batman 66 version of Joker in this. But just a bit silly.
There's another scene that I really love where Batman's tied up on the wheel and he chucks a fucking grenade in there like it's the ball going around the roulette wheel. I was like, that's a genius idea and a fucked up scenario.
Yeah. And then Batman like has a miracle shot. Can we talk about Batman's grapple gun in his belt? It
makes no sense. How does it come out of his abdomen? Did he like cut a hole in his stomach? Is this some weird training he did like in Bangladesh where like he learned to like suck his stomach in permanently?
I don't understand how that worked. It came out of his body. Like, is that his superpower? He just like replicates grapple guns constantly out of his body? Is that why he can waste them all over Gotham?
I have no idea, but it just, I was like, I don't know whose idea that was, but is he Robot Batman right now? Like, is that what's going on? He's like, wait a minute, why can't I take a grappling gun out of my stomach? And I'm never hungry or horny.
That is a grapple gun in my pants. I'm not happy to see you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get why again, it's ACOM and they just make mistakes like that and they're like, whatever.
That's really a writing choice though. That must have been like, the grappling gun comes out of the middle part of the spell, which is cool, but like, at least do like a little Transformers thing where the grappling gun like goes from being flat to like thick or something like that, because it don't make no sense. He's not an action figure, you know?
No, it doesn't make any sense. So at the start, as you said, it's great to see them all in Arkham. I love seeing Mad Hatter and Scarecrow playing chess. I thought that was fun. Like, what was that game like? I wonder, how they were trying to trick each other and one-up each other.
I think Scarecrow would win. I don't know why.
I don't know. Mad Hatter, he might. Who knows? I'd want to see it. I want to see what happens. Show us Paul Dini. I want to see it.
I put money on it. I put money on Scarecrow.
But I really like some of the angles and the animation at the start. Like seeing Joker's face from the side, he was very well lit and animated when he was talking to Ivy. But the animation in this just goes downhill. Did you notice how many times Joker's face just looked weird because he didn't have any black eyes?
Yeah, they forgot the black eyes a bit too much. And there's also one shot when they're driving in the car. And he gets close to his face, and suddenly it's like black eyes, and then it goes away for a second. It's weird.
Yeah, the animation was just really jumpy in this. I saw the pain of ACOM in this episode more than we have in previous episodes, just because I think they were like, well, they're fired and we're just going to get through this now. So maybe they let some mistakes through. I don't know. But we've got the animation of Batman waking up and it's all swirly at first as well.
That's cool.
I thought that was cool. And then it forms to the Joker's face. I thought that was fun. Batman shines a torch on Kaiser's desk and there's nothing on it. In the next shot, there's just a folder sitting there. So it's like things like that in the animation I noticed that was just kind of weird. The music in this, I thought it was pretty good. My favorite music here is when the Joker is escaping Arkham, and it's kind of like the Joker theme mixed with this sneaky, bouncy rhyme. I think it was it was really good.
Don't try this at home, kids.
I thought the music was quite forgettable, to be honest.
Okay, that's interesting.
Considering
the things that we noticed.
Caliber of the rest of the show, of everyone's themes, if you did this on your Guess the Bat Sound, whatever, no one would get it.
I've already done that, actually.
Okay.
Ace the Bat Sound, thank you.
That's it. Hound the Bad Ace.
Yep, that one.
That one.
So
everyone's favorite segment.
That's why they listen to the show. For me, I've always believed until reviewing this episode today that the security guard that lets Joker go, even he's like, I know you are, but what am
is lock up, right?
I've always thought that, but it's not.
Well, it wouldn't really fit Lockup's MO, would it?
I guess, yeah, because he's letting him escape, which doesn't...
He's working for a bad guy.
We never find out why he lets Joker escape. It's such a weird thing.
I just assumed he worked for Harry Hamlin. Because you want him to... He put him in a situation where he could escape, because he wants Joker to escape to blow up the casino.
Oh, and
that's
why
he says, yeah, I'm not the Maroon, you are.
I think you're absolutely right, because later on, Cameron Kaiser has two thug security guards, and they're kind of like Bond villains. They're like Jaws and Oddjob. And I think that guy is the security guard, because he's like a big dude.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
So I think you're right. I think that he works for Cameron Kaiser.
Well, he definitely does. I don't know if they're the same guy, but yeah, you're probably right. They probably are the same guy.
Okay, that makes more sense, because I've always thought that was Lockup. Because Paul Dini created that character, and I thought, Lockup is introduced in this episode. And when I was looking at all the facts...
I don't think they would have planned that far ahead,
Yeah, I guess not. So... we cut to the casino. Alfred complains about the casino the hotel as he's folding up the bat suit. And he says that he didn't mind coming up with an alibi for Bruce's date. And I wonder what his excuse was. Do you think he has a ton of excuses?
He needed a pool.
That's the
He had chicken jalfrezi the night before, and I told him, it's leftovers, you got to be careful. You have that big casino night coming up, and so he needs a pool. And he wanted me to tell you that as well. He also wanted to let you know that I am also available. And I have access to all of Wayne Manor and its funds. So if you're looking for a great night, not a dark night. Wait, you wouldn't get that reference, but it's a good one.
Imagine if he's just like, Master Bruce cannot attend your giant kink orgy, but I can. He's got a gimp mask on, like ready to go.
Just say the word, and safe word is scarecrow. That's my safe word.
No reason.
No reason.
Yeah, so I love sneaky Batman in this when he's in Kaiser's office and looking at files with the torchlight. I always like seeing Batman do that type of stuff. But we see Jack Napier again in Joker's file. We see his name, and I paused to read what other articles said, and one said Joker blows up Gotham Mint. So I was like, oh, that must have been a fun little escapade of his. And the other says Joker declares war on Dragon Gang. And I'm like, who are the Dragon Gang, and why has Joker got beef with them?
Like,
that was...
Purple Dragons from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Is that what's going on?
It's crossover.
I'm using my color, purple.
Yeah. Batman then gets discovered by a security guard who looks a lot like Lockup again, which, as we've discovered, is probably the security guard from Arkham.
Two guys that look just like Lockup.
Whoopsie. But Batman throws a smoke bomb at this guy, and he just stands there and flaps his cape to get the smoke away from him.
Where are you?
It just made me laugh because it looked like he was just fanning a fart away. Like, you know what I mean? He's just like, don't smell it. Don't. He's like trying to inhale.
I need that poo. Did you tell that lady? It's coming. Don't punch me. Don't punch me right now. I'll shit myself.
Like, that's what's in Batman's smoke bombs. It's not tear gas, it's just concentrated farts.
Oh my God, it stinks.
Alfred makes a spicy curry, and Batman's like, after dinner, get the fart extractor, Alfred. It's going to be some teary-eyed stuff.
You know, we can make it extra potent if we combine our farts. I like it.
Old man farts, they're real bad.
They're the worst. Just picturing fucking Alfred and Bruce like farting into some big machine together. Like, here we go, sir.
Superstitious, cowardly. They're really going to hate this.
I kind of love it.
Yeah, so we were talking about the gambling scene, but the other thing I wanted to highlight, besides it being the best scene and why we both love it, is it's a very James Bond type scene as well. You know, like our hero's in a tux, he's playing a card game against the main villain. The main villain's trying to cheat, and Bond gets the upper hand. And like I said, the henchmen are very Bond. Like, there was a lot of that type of vibe in this episode, which I did like. That was the one part I really liked about this episode. Do you think also showing gambling in a cartoon, like, I don't think that would happen now.
You know? When they said blackjack, I was like, there's no way you'd be able to do that now. You can't mention gambling. It's like one of the bugaboos of like the tobacco gun agency, or whatever the fuck
exactly. Yeah.
Which sounds like a pretty dope agency to me. Sign me up. Smoking cigarettes and shooting guns. Sounds like a lot. Yeah, great. Drugs as well. Awesome. We're going to the strip club afterwards. Don't tell my wife. Sign me up.
So, what did you think of the Joker mobile in this episode?
I loved it. Now, was this what got turned into the action figure? Is there any similarity between them at all? Yeah,
so McFarlane Toys has literally, as of today, has released that Joker mobile that you can now buy.
Oh, cool. So, but I'm talking about from when we were kids. Like, I know there was a Joker mobile.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, it's not the same. It's got similar vibes. Like, it had teeth at the front. With a bit of a Joker face.
You could shoot it, right?
Yeah, but it looked more like an old, like, muscle car at the front, like almost like the Batmobile in a torpedo-like shape, but it had these wheel caps that went over it. I don't know cars. I'm like, wheel caps. But yeah, you could pull the yellow piece back, like the hood, and it would angle up, and a gun would point out of it. Did that just break your brain?
Nostalgia. Yes, of course.
Yeah. So that was the toy that we had, but this one from this episode has just been released by McFarlane Toys literally today, which I thought was funny. We're reviewing this as it's come out.
What a strange choice, but people will buy it.
Yeah, because that's the one and only time we see this, and it literally blows up in the next scene, doesn't it? It goes off the dock. So that's
he's also releasing a Todd McFarlane action figure, and I want it so badly.
Really?
I want a little Tom McFarlane to stand next to like my McFarlane comic book collection.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I like that. So Batman has a new throwing star in this episode. I noticed he like throws it onto Kaiser's briefcase, and I assume that's the replacement because, as Kevin Altieri and others have said on this show, the old one was just too easy to replicate for kids and really spiky. So they're like, we got to get rid of throwing stars. This one's like a circular bat signal with only like classic. 1 point. Yeah, it looked good. I thought it was cool. Again, more James Bond vibes to this episode. The villain has a secret device hidden in his desk, which like stuns or electrocutes the hero. And then
like even Batman can't be prepared for suddenly like being electrocuted at someone's desk.
But I've got too much at stake to be stopped now.
He was in the full like, I traveled the world and this is how I'm going out. A spicy desk. Oh.
Alfred, call my date and make up an excuse. I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, you might find this news shocking, lady, but he's not going to make the date. This is not the time for jokes, Alfred.
When we see Bruce with his date on the TV at the beginning, I wonder what he had planned for that date. Like, I know it cut short because the casino put him off and he's like, no comment, and storms off angry. But I wonder what, like, was he going to take it to the casino?
A little gambling, a little loving.
Yeah.
A little laying down by the fire.
She's just a sex worker. He's hired. They're like, Bruce, who's your date tonight? He's like, a prostitute.
Look, I'm a billionaire who's busy. This makes sense for me.
Yeah.
It makes sense to them. I don't even ask them what they pay. I just pay what I think they're worth. And Alfred says I way overpay. But I'm a nice guy. I could fix the homeless problem in Gotham City, and maybe I could help fund more of Arkham to, help with reform of criminals, but sex workers is kind of my thing. I went over my hour.
I've only got 5 minutes. That's enough.
That's good. Let's go. Joker suite, please.
So I want to bring in an additional segment here because we haven't done Love That Batman in a few episodes, and that's mainly because sometimes there's just not an image or a sequence that pops out to me where I'm like, God, Batman looks cool. And that's fine. We don't have to do it every episode. But I got to say that I want to do Love That Joker because sometimes Joker looks really fucking cool.
Well, I know what you're going to say. It's him with the shadows and the helicopter.
Yeah, he looked great, didn't he? I loved that so much. Just seeing his smile and his silhouette from the side, I thought that was great. So yeah, love
How
that
did he
Joker.
not, the moment he got in the helicopter, was he that oblivious that he didn't look over at his helicopter pilot like, you're the fucking Joker? You know?
No, I popped my collar.
Yeah, you popped your purple collar up. Like, I know I've been surrounded by Jokers recently, but it's pretty fucking... my helicopter pilot isn't dressed like the Joker. You are, because you are him. Also, when I walked in, the helicopter pilot was knocked out on the floor, like right there.
Yeah, and he said, the Joker did it.
The Joker did it. He's in the helicopter. It's me, the guy from Ghostbusters.
Look out, Harry Hamlin. I mean, Cameron Kaiser. Yeah, I thought he looked great, but I didn't know Joker could fly a helicopter either. I was surprised about that. When did he have time to get his helicopter license?
Maybe he trains like Batman. Like he's like, I spent 8 years learning how to fly helicopters and play didgeridoos and yo-yos and cards.
And they were at the same circus at the same time. Didn't even know it. Bruce Wayne and Jack Napier, because he was training with clowns and Bruce was training with magicians. They didn't even know, but they were.
And then that's when the Graysons like fucked and made Dick, right? Whoa, it's all connected.
They fucked with their dick. I went for the low fruit there. I should be a writer, bud. I just wrote a great story right here. Yeah. This maroon shirt is so creative.
What should we call him? Well, I was railing you pretty hard that night, so what about Dick? Yeah, Dick's good. I agree. You were railing me. Woo! With your dick. Dick Grayson.
I like the idea of Joker changing his plan, though, and wanting to become the manager of the casino.
You were supposed to destroy the casino.
Yeah, but then I realized it'd be more fun to get rid of you and run the show myself.
But what do you think the casino run by the Joker would look like? Like, he would give up almost instantly when someone's like, we need another order of this, and like, you're also going to do the accounting. He would be like, fuck this. I don't want to do this shit. This sounds terrible.
It was a fun idea in the moment. I've changed my mind.
We get the return of the Batglider again as well in this episode, which it's in this show way more than I remember. But how did that get there? Like, was Alfred made to drag it up all the way to the casino roof when he arrived? You know?
Okay, Alfred, I'm going in a tuxedo. Gotta look good. A lot of women to pay tonight, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, good. Maybe I can go in. I could play the slots. Oh, maybe I could do the roulette wheel. I do like that. Oh, but I do love poker as well. You won't be doing any of that, Alfred. Sorry to say, I have a job for you. Is it? Well, okay, fine. So surveillance, or you need me on call just in case anything happens. I can get Master Dick here. I'm gonna need you to lift the Batglider up the stairs. First of all, sir, I'm a senior citizen. So the idea that I would... did you say up the stairs? Is the lift broken? Yeah.
They just built this place. What do you think it's going to work?
So you want me to lift a 120-pound glider shaped like the Batman? Was you?
Alfred,
keep it down. The sex worker's right there.
I'm going to hit the slots and then hit the sluts, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Sing alive. I want to hit the slots and then hit the sluts, sir. That was my idea that I had in the Batcave.
I made a T-shirt with that on it.
I made matching shirts for us that say slots and sluts. And on the back is today's date. And it says Alfred, and it's... I did write Bat, I had to cross it out and write Bruce instead. I'm sorry, Alfred, it's just... This is what we gotta do to stop the Joker. Fine. As then cuts to him, like, going up all the stairs, carrying it. Oh, my fucking back. It's definitely takeout tonight, sir. I'm not doing any fucking cooking, that's for sure. Nobody gets to the top. Batman's like, great, Alfred, thank you. And he takes it, and he crashes it immediately into Joker's mouth. And Alfred's like... just like screaming into his hands.
He's just like, Bruce Wayne is Batman. I've had enough.
Yeah, that's it. Time for sluts and sluts in that order. Boner. I've got a boner.
Who needs Batman when you've got the Elfman?
That's right. The Elfman solves all the crimes.
So I love when the Joker, when he shouts, "That's it, chew him up and spit him out." I thought that would be such a great way. Like, do you think Batman would be like, this is a good death if he actually was in that mouth? Because, like, later
After
on...
Alfred struggled to lift us up 72 flights of stairs up a giant casino, the least I could do is die. This is a good death.
Because later on, Batman and Joker, like, fight in the helicopter, and when it crashes, Batman tries to jump for the Joker, and the Joker shoots at Batman, and you see the bullet go through his cape, and I was like, that would not be a good death. Like, Batman almost got fucking headshot right there. So Batman knocks out the Joker, and then we cut to Arkham, where Joker is watching the TV again. Joker changes the channel and gets yelled at by Hatter, Scarecrow, and Ivy, and that's the end of the episode.
I had fun.
It was okay. It wasn't as good as I remember, but yeah, it had its moments. The casino scene, Bruce versus Joker, that whole gambling thing, that's great. That's like classic Paul Dini right there.
And just good Joker fun all around. I like the idea of like somebody like trying to do an insurance scam and like the thugs and like the Bondness to it has like just great scenes in it. I think it's a good episode.
All right, well, fit check, just real quick.
Tuxedo.
Yeah, tux. And also he wears a red sweater and khakis in the hotel room. That was like a thing that usually he's got a blue sweater on. So he's changing it up, and he looked good in the tux. So that's the fit check. Yeah, you happy about that? You've disappeared completely from. What are you doing?
I think a spider's crawling on my leg or something.
Oh, that's it. Chew him up and spit him out.
They're like, a lot of fat.
So, all right, if you enjoyed this episode, what would you give it a rating out of 10?
I'm giving it a 7.9 out of 10.
Wow. I'm giving it a 6.8.
Oh,
So-
Christ.
What's that?
So-
Come on, you're better at maths than I am.
The difference is a difference of 9, so 4.5 added to...
Oh my God.
What was your score?
6.8.
6.8?
And
So
you did a
it's
7.9.
7.35 with 7.25.
7.25,
I
right?
think.
Okay, let's just say it is. Top 3. Does it make the top 3?
No.
Nope, me either. Our top 3 still, as they stand, are in no particular order. Perchance to Dream, Joker's Favor, and The Laughing Fish are our top 3 episodes. Is it your top 3 episodes? Let us know.
No. Oh,
No.
sorry. Yes, you. The people.
You. Yeah, people listening or watching. Okay.
The people.
Was that a Dark Knight reference? That's really good. I thought
Thank
that
you.
was good. The head twitch made that.
Give the vote to the people.
I killed those people.
I kill those people.
You set the dogs on me.
My dogs are hungry.
Oh man, you know what? We're quoting it, so it obviously, we know it's a good movie, but there's some ridiculous.
What does he say?
quotes in there.
Never with the dogs. What does the Joker say? Never give a
does he s-
hungry dog.
I don't think he
or
says
something
that.
like that. Where's the Italian?
That's the Joker's famous line for The Dark Knight. Never give a hungry dog. Where's the Italian?
What's the line? He's like, a dog. No, he says it to him in that scene. He's like,
a dog and his bone. I'm like a
loyalty.
dog chasing traffic.
No, not that one.
Well, that's the dog one that I know. That
That is
everyone
another
else
dog
definitely
one.
knows.
It's my dogs are hungry.
Yeah,
And then- and
Joker's
then-
not there when that
No,
scene
but
happens.
when Joker shows the Italian that he has bought his men off of him, and they
Yeah.
turn on him,
Yeah.
he says like, "Never give a loyal dog something around."
He doesn't.
Yes, he
doesn't.
does.
No, he doesn't.
He does a
sa-
line about
He
dogs.
says, "All you people want is money. I'm
Yeah,
going
but
to give
it's-
this town a better class of criminal."
He
and he's
says
like,
it right before that line.
"I don't think he does."
Oh, we gotta. This is not going to the listeners. We gotta do this right now.
You gotta throw a dog a bone. This movie is sponsored by Kibbles and Bits. If you want a tasty treat for your little pup, make sure you invest in Gotham's Kibble and Bits. And the famous quote that I say is not about a dog chasing cars. No, that's not the famous one from this movie. It's actually, if you never give a dog a hungry bone, you make no sense. You literally make no sense with this. You're going to be looking and it's all going to be a dog chasing cars. You're not going to find anything else. We're going to be here for 20 minutes and you're going to be like, I guess he doesn't say that. I guess I made that up. You're literally scrolling because I know you can't find anything. Never give a hungry dog.
Let's see how loyal a hungry dog really is.
Oh,
Boom! Gotcha!
Oh, you did get me. Okay, I stand completely corrected. That's exactly what he says.
By the way, there are a million fucking dog references in this movie. Joker's a mad dog. I want him. I want whoever let him off the leash. That's. I mean, sorry. That's what Two-Face says. And
Yeah.
dog chasing cars.
Yeah.
Um,
My dogs are hungry. My dogs are hungry. That's that
Batman
one.
needing his armor to protect against dogs.
Do well against cats.
Sticks his head out of a moving car as well.
Oh my
Well,
god.
Yeah. Let's see how hungry a loyal dog really is.
Well, I love how you started. You're like, never give a dog a treat if they're
Never
hungry.
give a loyal dog a treat because they'll only end up loyaler. You don't want that, Batman.
All right. Well, now we've gotten through all of that. Speaking of other large
I saw that someone was
animals,
listening there. It was just like, it's Hungry Dog. It's Hungry Dog.
we're going to be reviewing in our next episode Tiger, which is about large animals as well.
Tiger. Birdie.
Do you remember anything about that episode?
I'm just a birdie too.
No, I hope someone knows what you're referencing because most people probably don't know Kung Pao Enter the Fist from 1999? Did that movie come out?
My name is Betty. Yeah. It's one of the one of the funniest, stupidest movies ever made. It probably came out in 2000 or 2001, and it's about a guy who superimposes himself into old kung fu movies and dubs over them.
Kind of like what ridiculous. We do with our TikToks, right? Like with Batman
it's
the
exactly
animated series.
The same as our TikToks. Yep. The opening scene is a little kung fu kicking child that wheezes all over somebody, and it only gets better from there.
Well, you remember that film, but do you remember the episode Tiger?
No.
You don't remember it at all. So it's going to be a fresh episode next week.
Can I just say one of my favorite jokes from that movie? It's very quick.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
These people hiding in a bush, and there's two gangs on each side. And to send a secret message, one of them pretends to be a bird. They go, woohoo, woohoo, as a signal, to let your gang know to move in, so other people wouldn't be able to pick it up. And then the leader of the other one just goes, I'm just a birdie too.
It's funny. I didn't think I was going to laugh, but it is funny. It's really stupid.
Yeah, I'm just a birdie too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, great.
Everyone come back next week for our review. Our review. I'm turning into a dog. Our review of Tiger.